Second. There we go, and we're live. Thank
Laura,
you so much, ladies.
Yeah, and Laura, you lead the way with questions. We'll tag team, but I want to defer to you so you get to have the experience, you know?
Well, to be honest, I'm losing my voice a little bit today. So any I don't know if it was the travel or what, but it's a little hard to speak today. So any help would definitely be graciously appreciated. Thank you so much for joining us, Angelica. It's really a wonderful thing to meet you.
It's nice to meet you.
Daniela's been talking about you for quite a while, so I've been very excited to meet you.
That's so nice. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. We all do.
Yes, absolutely. So how long have you two known each other?
I am not good with time. Daniela, do you know the answer to that question? Like
time
today, tomorrow, next week, it's all the same to me.
It's maybe under 5 years. I'd say. I think we can go over under. We can play the over under time game. Probably under 5 years. And someone that I really know, like, and trust said, you have to meet Angelica because she's a trance medium who channels Siddhartha and in addition, some other guides that help do medical healing. And I had never in my life met with a trance medium. I didn't really know what that was. And so I went into it very open-minded because I really trusted my friend that said, somebody I know, like, and trust says, you have to meet this person. I'm in, right? Because I trust them. And I had a session with Angelica. And when you schedule a one-on-one with Angelica, you spend a little time just connecting. And then Siddhartha and their team comes in. And Angelica's just, I don't even know where. She'll explain what her experience is like. But what I know
there,
then a few hours unfolded, having a very intimate and straightforward and profound conversation with Siddhartha and with some other guides. And I don't say that I go into things skeptically. I go in just open to sense how things resonate. And the resonance felt so strong in my heart. I was so moved by the experience. And Siddhartha shared things that absolutely nobody else could have known or shared with such specificity. Like there was just no way any of that was threw a dart and it landed. Imagine, it was just so profound. And so the sessions are recorded, and I've listened to it a few times. It was just so filled with richness that was so personal and specific. And my experience, and then I've sent many of my clients, I train coaches to be life coaches and spiritual coaches, and my one-on-one clients, they all work with Siddhartha at some point in our work together. They go do a session, and tremendous guidance is available in this session. I felt like I was sitting at the feet of a very, very old friend. It was really moving. And I've had that same experience listening to White Hawk come through Jono, and that same feeling with Chen through Andy. So I just go by resonance, and I trust that. So it's my great joy to bring Angelica here to meet this community and to see if you receive benefit as well.
Thank you, Daniela. We love you.
Aww.
We do love you. And that was, I'd never heard you say all of that you just said. And I just remember that before I went out, you just looked like a deer in the headlights. Everybody, the first time they look like, oh no, what's going to happen now? Some people would get really frightened, and it's just so funny. He's very good at putting people at ease, though. He's very, very sweet. He is compassionate. I didn't always, believe he is who he says he is, but I do now. I think there's just absolutely no way he could be anything other than what he is. And he's given me evidence. I just stand back sometime and go, whoa, did you really do that? Did you do that for that person? And he does. He can change lives. He can shift a person's life. He can do that.
Yeah, I'm convinced because I've experienced it. I go by results, I really just do. So it's been pretty astounding. And many others that have worked with Angelica and Siddhartha have experienced extraordinary benefit. So, Angelica, would you be willing to share just a little bit about your journey, your awakening journey, your coming into awareness of, holy moly, there are guides coming through, and I then go somewhere else. And I know you've talked about how at night you are very much involved in astral travel, and so tell us a little bit about your waking life, and then when you feel it, or when Siddhartha's like, because I know he comes in close.
He does. He's like a kid. He gets right here up in my elbow. When he really wants to talk, he's like a little kid. He gets right up here. And I'll say, suddenly I see my language starting to shift. And I'll say, wait, just personal space, okay? just hang on a second. We're getting there. It kind of gets funny, but I used to have a cat that would put his head in my elbow and look at me when he wanted something. That kind of reminds me of that, because he gets so close, just like a little kid would. It's just kind of funny, but he's very polite and he's very sweet. And when he first came in, which has been about 40 years ago, he came in just a little bit. And over time, he's gotten, I think sometimes he's over 100% in. And I think there's probably more of him that could, but what my body can take is kind of interesting. So as I grow, he also grows. And that's what you have to do when you do this work. You kind of start here and you kind of move up and they kind of move down so that you can be on the same frequency and have this work. But I was always this way. I was born this way. It runs in the family, apparently, something I didn't know until I was a teenager. But it's interesting because I would travel at night out of my body. We lived in the country in the middle of nowhere at a time when there just weren't that many people. And the only place we ever went was either school or church. That was it. And I knew where the church was from our house. So I would just travel over to church. And church is a lot different when the lights are off and it's dark in there at night. Just saying. It doesn't look like normal church when you're out in the middle of the night. But, sometimes it would scare me and I'd end up back in my body. But things like that would happen. I'd have memories of other lives. And usually when they have past life memory, it starts with when they die. Then they can go back into that life. But, that's a crazy, strange place to start, really. But I knew by the time I was 14 or 15 that if I did not get a handle on this, it was going to get a handle on me, and I didn't want that to happen. Now, living where I do, even at that time, was kind of crazy. When I got out of here and got to a bigger city, our capital city, the state library was there. And I was able to go get information about every psychic who ever lived, practically, people that had written books. And I would find in their biographies things that were very relevant to me, So that's how I learned a lot about that. Some of these people were psychics that were tested in different places and things like that. But I could never have gotten that information in this little town or in this area. There's no way. So I started to learn how to do different things. And I discovered rather quickly that I was a conduit. I had a friend who said, you could probably allow this person or being to come in if you want to. So I had an outside gatekeeper, and she had helped many people do this. And I had been practicing meditation and leaving my body, and had read a lot of books about leaving the body. In fact, here in Virginia, we have the Monroe Institute up on the mountain here. And Robert Monroe wrote extensively about how to leave your body. And so I'm kind of proud that we have the Monroe Institute in this state and up on our mountain here. That's kind of amazing. and it's still in business, and you can still contact them if you want to learn how to do that. But I was learning it on my own. There was no one to teach me, and I didn't have the sources or resources to travel places that might be more adept at these kinds of things. So I had to learn on my own. And eventually, when I first started to channel, a Scottish gentleman who was a doctor in the 1700s came in, and he was the gatekeeper from the other side. I was given a certain thing to say, so it takes me a minute to go out. I have to say this thing, so that's like the key, so that Siddhartha can come in. But what's really funny is one day I'm sitting here, and I'm thinking, why is this taking so long? And he says, you didn't say the thing. Oh, yeah, that makes a difference. Okay. So I have to say this thing to open the door to allow him to come in. And at this point, he's the only one that comes in, but he also speaks for whoever comes with you, you know, and or whoever it is that wants to get a message. So he says we a lot because he's talking about all the people here, or beings, sorry. So that's how it started. And, you know, this is kind of I'm a skeptic. I know that seems kind of crazy, but I would say prove it. Prove it. If that's true, you prove it to me. And it always proof came. It might have come around a weird way to get back to me, but the proof would always come that it was accurate, because that was my demand. This has to be accurate. Now, you can't, as he says, you cannot actually be totally accurate with the future, because you make decisions and it changes that. But for the most part, he's very accurate. Sometimes years later, people will call me, and I mean like 10 years later, they'll say, you remember when you said, and I'm like, no, can you fill in the gaps? Because I don't remember. When he's in, you're talking to him, you are not talking to me. And I go out pretty far. I think there's just enough of me to breathe left. I think he's breathing while I'm gone. I hope he is anyway. But and I have a list of people who need different types of things, and I will go do that work while he's in here doing this work. And it's a win-win for me, because, you know, if I have an ache or a pain or a physical thing, he'll fix it while he's in. And it's really a fascinating thing to come back and go, hey, what happened to that pain? Oh, it's gone. Okay, you took it. Thank you so much. So it works out pretty well. But he is, I can't call him a human being. He was a human being at one time, but I can say that over these years, and it's been a long time now, he has proven himself to me over and over and over and over and over. And that's all you can expect with this kind of work, to see results, to see people flourish, to see people say, you know, that problem I have, it's gone. It's amazing. And I don't recall it in the conversations that people will have with him. I barely recall conversations I have with him with other people in a sort of altered state, but it's okay, because my deal with them is I don't want to carry other people's stuff. I've got my own stuff. I don't need their stuff. So that's how we work. He is allowed to save me from mortal danger, which he has done countless times. And I can't say enough about him. He's just amazing. And sometimes I think, why did you choose me? I mean, you couldn't have picked somebody younger, somebody in a better shape. He's like, no. So anyway, he tickles me. His jokes are bad. He cracks me up, even though they are bad sometimes. And he's just lovely. He's also quite profound. And sometimes he will say a single sentence, and it sounds very simple and sensible. But when you go back later and you hear that sentence again, you go, oh, that's not what he meant. Mm. That one sentence can have like 4 different meanings. Mm. And that's what kind of messes with my head a little bit. It's like, oh, that's not what you meant. I get it now. So that's it. That's about me. I am like the most least likely person, given where I live, to do this kind of work. But my thing is I want to help people. That's all I want to do. I just want to help people. And if this is a way that can help people, I'm all for that, you know?
And Angelica's been so generous with her work, and so thank you. You don't refuse people, and so
I don't.
yeah, we're working on that. We got to find a balance, and and I'll share a link, friends, if you'd like to work one-on-one with Siddhartha. I'll share a link where you can explore how to do that, as well as how to send a question in and receive an audio reply. So shall we? Is Siddhartha ready?
Sure. Oh, he's been ready since we started and before then.
And Angelica, Laura, and I will pay attention to the chat, and as questions come in the chat for Siddhartha, we'll just kind of tag team and go through as many as we can.
That'll be great. And he's really good sometimes at answering questions before they're asked. He does do that from time to time. And he seems to be able to hear whoever is listening. I don't know how that works, but that's what he does. I can't explain
Spirit is everywhere.
That's what he is, that's for sure. Now, this looks a little weird when he comes in. It takes us about a minute, maybe two, sometimes or more, sometimes less. But
take your time. There's no rush.
Yeah.
Sometimes my body will shake. That is the energetics. That is him coming in because he is really big. And I mean energetically big. I don't mean like the other kind of big. He's not like that. But he's really amazing. Oh dear. I wanted to say like Hote's a laughing Buddha, but I thought no, don't do that. So anyway, all right. So here we go. There you are. We are so happy to see you today. How nice of you to honor us with this invitation to come and to speak to all of your people. We like that.
It's an absolute pleasure. Thank you.
You're very welcome. We see a lot for you, by the way, Miss Lara.
Really?
Yes, we do. What you have started will grow like stars in the sky. What do you think of that?
It's very exciting.
Yes, don't be shocked when it happens, because it may happen very, very quickly, quicker than it has been. You are becoming well known, whether you know it or not.
I just want to help people, just like Angelica.
We are knowing that about you. And we like that about you. You're not from here. Your soul is from elsewhere. You know that, yes?
Yes, I do.
It's all right to tap into that when you need to, because it's there for you to do that. Do you know it?
I can feel that, yes.
All you have to do, because you're wondering, how do I do that? All you have to do is think it. Think up, okay? Think from here, your third eye. Don't think from your brain so much, okay? And just put out what you want to know from other, we'll call it that. You know what we're meaning. We're talking to you in code. Do you understand what we mean?
Yes. Yes.
That's all you have to do. You don't need to know a name. You will feel the energetics and be able to identify it. Do you understand?
Yes. Yes, I do. Thank you.
We thank Daniela. We shocked her already. We shocked her. We don't think she was expecting us to come in and just talk to her that way. But we like you. We have seen you. We have watched when our visitor watches your interviews. We have watched with her. And we like the people that you have chosen to have speak to and to give to the world. It's very good. And while that is a very good, what do they call it, way to communicate with everyone in the world, you're going to find more ways than that. That's frightening,
How
isn't it?
exciting. No, I love it.
We
I
are
love to
glad
bring
to.
people together.
We are so glad to hear that. There are many people here listening to you even as we speak. And they are going, is this real? It's real. So if you have doubt, it's okay. What we tell people is, you can believe what you want. We are here. We are real. Belief is not a requirement for us to be truly and honestly here. But you know that already, don't you?
Yes, I can feel it's true.
You can feel us
I can
there
feel
with
chills all over
anyone.
my body. Yes, I know.
Probably up and down your backbone, because that's where we
Mhm.
usually are able to make ourselves known to you.
Yes,
But if you'll
exactly.
turn your palms up like that, we'll give you some energy down into your chakra there.
Thank you.
We're going to clap, don't be shocked. Everyone can do this who is listening. Put your palms up, it's no big deal. You might feel a tingle or a heat or an energy or just something odd, depending on how you resonate with energy. So 1, 2, 3. Ah, that's good. You feel that, yes?
Yes, yes. Like
There is
energy
no,
surging through my hands.
that's right. In a way, you are healer too. Do you know that?
Yes, I can feel that.
It will become bigger because your palms are telling you this. People who are hands-on healers, they get this foot or tingle or something in the palm of their hand. You feel it get bigger?
Yes.
Anytime you want that, you just pull it from the top of your head down through your arms and out your hands. It's there like that.
Wow.
You are very open to this. We like that. It's so exciting. We love students.
I can feel the truth in it. The chills and the energy coming through.
Yeah, because you resonate with energetics, and you resonate with it with energy. We should put it that way. You resonate with that because you are from elsewhere. You understand?
Yeah.
Your soul is not from Earth. We'll put it that way. And it seems weird to some people that can't be true. Guess what? The universe is bigger than you think, and surprising too. We heard people say, "Oh yes, it's true."
We are so thankful for the guidance. This is a very important time. We can feel it.
Yes, we think that they're all feeling. There is someone who's very sick. We feel like they're in one of the lower continents from here, from this spot. And we feel like they are watching to try to get some help. And so to that person, and this is one person, you know who you are. You are laying down in your bed and you are uh, not able to leave your bed. So we'll say to you, we will help you. We'll come there. We will send Chinese doctor who is not Chinese nor a doctor. That's funny, is it not? He's Japanese and an energy shifter. But we call him Chinese doctor because we find it amusing and because he's very sweet and will not argue about it. He does kinds of smiles and bows because that's what he does. But Chinese doctor will come to this person and help clear. There's some energetic problem there. And also some issue down in the, we want to say, like lower intestine or something like that, down in the lower part of the body and in the backbone too. And we think you will hear from that person. Okay?
Yes.
So don't be surprised if that happens. We like that. What would you like to know from us? Should we introduce ourselves? What do you think?
Yes,
Please
please
do.
introduce.
Yes.
Yeah, and then we have a question when you're ready from Danny. So love to hear.
Anytime, and yes, we will be fast. We won't take a long time. when we walked on earth, we were called Siddhartha. Siddhartha, famous name Siddhartha, and I was born the prince, the son of a king who was not a very pleasant person, really. I can't say my physical father at that time was very pleasant. And he wanted me to be warrior, which did not suit my nature. You cannot be what your nature is not. And that is true of everyone. And so he would call, as was the tradition where we were in India, which was really Nepal, now in your today's world. At that time, is still India. And he called all the prophets and astrologers and people like that, the Babas, the Gurus. What will my son be, he said. Well, they didn't want to cross the king, so they said, oh, he be a warrior, but he may be a prophet. No, he cannot be that. And the rest of the story people know very well, which is I was hidden and secluded from life for a very long time until I was able to get out and see the world as truth, as the way it is, with its suffering and so forth. And from there, I escaped from my father after my child was born, because I left him an heir. And then I went out into the world and everything changed. I became enlightened, and that happened because I sat and meditated under trees. That was after some very interesting experiences with people who were not enlightened but thought they were. And from there, I lived to be into my 80s, which was very hard. But I was born Siddhartha, the Shakyamuni brain. And today, I would be known differently than that. But I like to be called by my given name because I want you to be able to relate to words. Am I what I was when I walked on earth? I am not that. I am now part of more, part of other, part of other. Yes? And all of you will become that sooner or later. And that is the way of the universe. Yes. All right. Was that helpful?
That was beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you.
What does Danny have to ask for us today?
So we have a question from Danny and Sterling. Hang on, just rewinding here. One moment. Okay, Danny's question is, Siddhartha, I am feeling so lost at the moment, but know my purpose, but I'm struggling to get there.
Danny, let us shift your energetics. Let us do that right now. We hope you are still on the channel here or watching. And let us send you some energetics that will shift. Now, we will tell you one thing. The brain is a very important physical part of your physical body, right? But the brain can also cause a lot of problems because the brain will think, I can't do that. And the body goes, that's true, you can't. But your spirit may be saying, try it. Just take a little jump. Try to do it. Don't let your thoughts that you can't stop you. Change your thought. Change your perspective. If you can't get to, yes, I can do it, get to, I will try to do it. Because from try, you can get to will, which is very important. Intention and will are very important. You have good purpose. And you have a bigger purpose than you can even currently see. Think bigger, okay? You do not need tons of money to do what you want to. You can also find other human beings that will help you. Don't fear the changes. Don't do that. Allow yourself. And we should put a caveat in. We can't tell you what to do. But we will say if you change your perspective, your whole life will change. But right now we're going to shift your energies. Anyone else who would like that to happen, just stay with us. 1, 2, 3. That goes right to you. And you are not lost. People think they're often lost, or they're lonely, or they're this, or they're that. Change that. I am not lost. I will find my way because my path is pure and because I want it to be different. That's big, yes? We hope Danny will tell us if that helps him or not.
Thank you, Siddhartha. And Sterling has a question for Siddhartha. This is from Sterling. Sterling says, I still haven't received signs from the other side. I desperately want to connect. Am I doing something wrong? Thank you so much.
Starling, first, we like your name because it indicates a beauty. Starling is beautiful, right? It's very pretty and shiny, yes? You are like that, Starling. You are like your name. And we will say to you, you're doing nothing wrong. The only thing, just like with Danny, your thoughts interfere with the thing you want to do to connect. You cannot force that. You have to allow it. Now, allow is a very big word. It depends on what you want to connect to. If you're trying to connect to someone who has passed, it is much better to try to do that through another type of person, another channel or medium or something like that. Though not all of them are good. You probably can get good results from someone that either of these two ladies know very well. Or you could probably start with a meditation, because people say, oh, I can't do that, I can't sit and I can't do this. Then do a doing meditation. Walk, for example, or do your dishes. Don't drive. We don't like you to do that. That can get very hypnotic quick. And, people have trouble when they drive and they're altered. It's not good. So when you're not driving, any other time you can sit or walk or do. It depends on what you can. You don't have to sit. You can lay down. Just be warm, covered with blanket. And just try to allow yourself to reach out to what is other. Now, you want to say a little prayer first and say, only those that are in the light. If you're reaching for guidance, ask for the highest guidance you can get. An archangel, an eastern being that you know, whoever you talk to them. Kuan Yin, Green Tara, or any of the 21 Taras, actually, any of the archangels, Lord Shiva. People give him a bad name, but he's really okay. Lord Ganesha, who's the elephant who can change your life. He's part elephant, part human. That's a very sad story. We won't go there. You can look it up on your internet. But we will say to you that there are many beings who are willing to help you. Now, as much as there is light, there is also sometimes darkness, but you do not have to accept that. They have no power. And you say, you're not welcome, goodbye, leave. And they have to, that's it. But you haven't quite been able to put your foot across into what is other. And we think it's partly because you need to change your state of consciousness. Now, you can get some classes for meditation or for how to just breathe proper. You can do all kinds of different techniques. You can count and breathe. That works very well. You can candle gaze. We say be careful when you do that. It can be bad if you don't do it right. You can crystal gaze, which is quite amazing to do. You can, the Zen masters would wall gaze. We don't recommend that either because it can make you a little bit crazy. But there are many ways to do it. You just have to alter your perspective and also your state of mind, and try to step out of the brain. Try to allow your heart to feel. Try to make sure your chakras are clear. Try to, and you may need teacher. That's it. You may need a teacher to help you. And there are many.
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
There are many beings like us who want to be or can be teachers, but choose wisely. That's what we say.
In response, Sterling says, okay, I'm crying. Thank you. My mom just passed. This will help tremendously.
With mom, because of the emotional attachment, you may need other medium to talk to her because you are too attached to her to do it. It's in your heart chakra, you see. But we will tell you that mom is okay, that she crossed in a way she expected to. She is not in a bad place, she's good. And she has been leaving you signs, you just have not seen them. We think that they are numbers or feathers or some little something that you like to eat. We don't know what that is. Little, we are not sure what that is. Sort of looks, well, we are not familiar with it. Might be sort of a fruit, we don't know. But she is leaving you little bits, and it doesn't have to be physical in your world. It could be a picture in a book, could be a flower outside. Do you understand? It can be a lot of different things. But if you keep seeing the same thing, a bird, for example, you see, or butterfly, or a bug, these things are all sent by those who are human, who have passed. Now, angels sometimes will send feathers, that is true. And we sometimes actually send the number 108 because it is what we do. But pay attention and look, you'll see them. But more than that, sit quietly. We think she sits with you on your, where you sleep at night. We think she sits with you there. She will also try to talk to you in your dreams. They're not dreams, they're real. You're on an astral plane. That happens too. And it's all right to cry because this is, and you need to give her a little time. When people cross, they need a little time to adjust. And there is really no space and time, so it may take her longer than you realize to be able to speak to you. And you could also try automatic writing, but it is such a difficult thing when you're attached to a person and you need to have guidance to do it. But those are options. Did that help?
Thank you, Siddhartha.
Beautiful.
There's a question from Chantal. Chantal's question is, could you connect with the soul of the baby I lost at 20 weeks in June? I'm stuck in bed with abdominal issues, and I knew that you would have a message for me.
Did she also know we think she is the person that we were looking at? We think she may be that person we just said that was sick in bed. We think it was her. So we thank you for recognizing what we said. We appreciate that from you. But we will say this to you. When a person loses a child, a soul, right? So we'll tell you, and a lot of mothers feel so much guilt over this. Please don't do that. There is a reason baby did not come all the way through. The soul of that baby was not ready to come yet. It's not gone. It's still with you. The soul of that baby is right with you. That is why you feel so much pain. It didn't leave you. It's still with you. And even though you have had a difficult time with having pregnancy and being with baby, you will have baby. You will have the soul of that baby because that soul is still waiting for you. Now, so many moms have trouble with this. It hurts them so much. And they grieve and they grieve. And what did I do wrong? And how did that happen? It's nothing you did. Nothing that you did. We are going to help you heal the lower part of your body because you have had a lot of issues there. We're sending Chinese doctor and Raphael, the archangel, who is the healer, to come to you right now. And you're going to feel warmth there and you're going to feel better, okay? But the best thing to do is not to have pain. Don't grieve. It's not healthy for you. It's not healthy for baby either. So just know baby was not ready. Body was wrong. The body of baby was just wrong. It wasn't right. And so what happened was necessary to do. But you will, once you heal, and we mean physically and psychologically and with your heart and your spirit, you will have baby when you're not expecting to. And let us explain this. Sometimes, for example, we love this story. When you are drowning and you're going down for the third time, someone comes and they throw that little, what is called, Daniela? The little
a life preserver.
That thing is, when they throw that thing to you, if you are doing this because you are worried and you are struggling, the life thing goes away from you. But if you are calm and doggy paddle, life thing comes right to you so that you are grabbing onto it and you can be pulled to safety. And when you worry, it's like that. You are struggling in water and you're going to drown because you are not allowing help to help you. So what we're saying is try not to grieve. Grieve until you're done. Say, at a time, for example, I will grieve this long and I will be done. I will do this ceremony for the baby and that will be done. But the baby is with you. It's not gone. And for those of you, and I know you are listening to us, for those of you who had to have the baby taken anyway, or lost it, or had that procedure that people talk about, because you had to do it, if your life circumstance was not, it is not your fault. You do not have to feel guilt over it. What is supposed to happen always comes back to you, always. Sometimes in another time, sometimes in another life, but it always comes back. And the soul of your children, sometimes they choose you, and some parents know this. Some do, some mothers, some fathers do, and they expect a certain type of being, a certain type of child, and sometimes they are magical children, and that is always exciting for us because these are the children of the future, the next generation, and that is what your child, Chantal, will be, child of future.
Thank you.
Does that help? That is painful.
Thank you.
And we so understand that pain. And there are very many women who, and some men too, but very many women feel so bad. Oh, I didn't do something right. It was not you. It just was not meant to be at this moment in time. Okay?
Thank you, Siddhartha.
You're
There's
welcome.
a question from Smita. The question is, what are my obstacles I have within myself which I need to work on the path to my enlightenment? Can you please share how to experience the love for everyone and how do I get there?
Well, my darling, you are really quite brilliant to ask that question. That's a very intelligent question, and we like questions like that one. So what we can tell you is this. All work, all spiritual work is not external, it's internal. It's in your heart, it's in your mind. When you shift you, you're shifting everything else around you because your perspective will change. Now, in your case, you really do believe that you have lots and lots of blockages, but what we'll say is this is complicated, so we'll try to be short with it, but still make the point, which is all human beings, when they are still in the womb of their mother, are being taught things. All beings, all souls, and they are told many things as they are born and grow. They are told many things. Some are not true things. You know, many things are belief systems, not truth. Belief and truth are not the same thing. And so for you as an individual soul and being and human being, you have to sort out, does that really work for me, what my mother told me? Does that really work for me, what my grandfather or father told me? You have to look at the patterns in your life and change what does not work for you. And some people are very stubborn about this. Oh, that's not a bad thing, but it doesn't work for you. You see what we mean? Now, we will introduce you to Ganesh. We call him Ganesha because we like that. Ganesh may offend your sensibility depending on your belief system, but we don't think so. We think you have a very Eastern way of looking at things. Ganesh removes obstacles for people. You just have to ask him. That's it. He is the god that has the elephant head. Ganesha. Ganesh. Well, we call him Ganesha. Will help you open doors and remove some internal obstacles, but ask him to. Some of the angels do that. Some of the other types of beings. Green Tara can do that. Chinese doctor can do that. But the point here is you're doing it the right way. Work from the inside, not from the outside. Many people say, oh, she did that to me, he did that to me. No, from a different perspective, they did what they could do, what they knew how to do, what they were raised to do. But it just doesn't resonate with you because you are a different type of being, a different type of human being, a different type of soul. And very often, gifted souls end up in families that are very, very difficult. And that is because they are teachers. And because the family also teaches them how to be compassionate to others who are suffering in the same strange human ways. So we will tell you it is not too hard to get your chakras unblocked. That's quite easy to do. But we'll also say, as you delete patterns from your life that don't work for you, what happens is you become free. And that is what you are looking for. You are looking free. The love in your heart you're talking about is unconditional, and that is actually compassion. Compassion is not romantic love. Compassion is every love. Compassion is the highest form of love you can have. If you have compassion for a child or dog or cat or any person who is suffering, that is love. People just don't know that it is. It's also easy to judge people, and in every tradition that is sort of something you're not supposed to do. And we'll tell you why. When you're judging them, you're also judging yourself because you are seeing in them what you see in yourself. So your complicated question, we hope we've answered in a less than complicated way. But Daniela, how can we get her away to have follow-up if she needs to? Because she's got a million questions.
Well, I'll put Laura, if you could put in the comments how to connect with friends. There are a few offerings. You can work one-on-one with Siddhartha. And we didn't get on her website yet the option for $108 to do a question, send a question, and you'll get a long, Siddhartha likes to talk, audio recording back for you. So that'll be added this week as well. So that'll be in the chat. There's a question from Lisa, Siddhartha. Is this, we good to keep going?
We are perfectly fine.
Great.
Now we are a little amused by that answer that you gave. Yes, we do love to talk. We do. It's true. We could have gone on longer with that one, but we thought we probably could not answer all of it. You understand?
Yep. Okay, here we go. From Lisa. Siddhartha, would it be possible to heal those of us who are currently sick? I am terribly ill and quite worried about myself, but I have also seen others post here who are sick or who have loved ones sick. There are quite a few of us. We would greatly benefit if you could help us.
Yes, that is one reason we sent energy at the beginning, but what we think we would like to do for you, and we want all of you to think what is wrong with you. Okay, send it out. Send it from your third eye. Don't send it with your, it is a thought, but send the thought out here. Okay. But all of you right now, as you're sitting here listening to us, go ahead and do that. We cannot guarantee you will be cured instantly. It doesn't work like that. Sometimes there are layers that have to be peeled away. And honestly, human beings are physical beings. And because you are physical beings, some situations require that you have whatever is wrong with you to learn from that. We cannot take that from you. That is a thing that you need to experience. There is, like, for example, the story of the old guru who had healed thousands of people over the earth with a mantra or whatever, and then suddenly got sick from cancer himself. And his student said, you healed all these people with mantra. Why don't you heal yourself? And he said to the student, because I'm not supposed to. He wanted to clear his karma for the next life, and that meant he had to suffer the illness that he had. And that is true of many people. And they don't see illness as a way to learn something. But you very much learn about yourself. It is an amazing experience when you can do that. When you are faced with, say, for example, AIDS or with cancer or with something, we will tell you two things. You don't always have to listen to medical people. You need to decide, does that really work for me? Don't make decisions from fear. Make them from your heart in a way that I think that will work better. I think an herb, I think of this or of that. Make decisions for yourself that are good. And sometimes people make decisions out of fear, out of hate, out of anger, out of despair. All of those things come with illness. But what you need to do is bring yourself, rise up with hope. I can overcome this no matter what it is. And we will tell you the most important thing here, which is nothing dies. Nothing. You are energy at your core. You are energetic at your essence. It is your soul. It is your spirit. And it survives much long after into many more. If you believe in reincarnation, many more lifetimes. If you believe in heaven, you can go there. If you're Tibetan, you believe in the Bardo. If you are Native American, it's this great spirit. Whatever the universe is for you, that's where your essence wants to go home to. Not forever, but for a little bit to rest. And then you can come right back if you want to, not just on Earth, but other places too. We know you're thinking that's impossible. It's not. There is nothing that is impossible, including allowing yourself to get well. Do we say go out and be with charlatans and people who say they're this and that? No, you got to try to make sure they are what they say they are. But there are people, when you are willing and when you are open, who can help you with what makes you ill. And it's always a learning experience. Don't forget that. Now, at the end, before we close our session, not right now, we're just saying, we would like to have about 10 minutes to send energy to everyone. Would that be all right?
We would be immensely grateful.
Because we think we can reach most people that way if they're willing to just sit, breathe, and be still for 1 minute or, 10 minutes, say. So, did that answer that question as well as we could do?
Yes.
It was beautiful. Thank you.
These are complicated questions, human beings like everything to be sort of instant and quick, and that's that. It's not like that. Each soul that is here, imagine this. Imagine how many human beings on earth there are. Each soul that is here has their own very specific path. Now, we tell you this too, as a parent, you have to allow your children, no matter how frightening it might be, to walk their path. We are not saying you want to encourage them to go rob a bank or something. We don't want that. Come on, that was a very bad joke. And a little bit funny, perhaps. But you want to be able to allow them to become what they're supposed to be. And you cannot hold that for them. You cannot hold that space if you are always saying, oh, that's too scary. That can't be. There's risk in your world. Everything. Breathing is a risk sometimes. So you have to allow each individual to choose. Sometimes they choose badly. There's no question. And sometimes people learn so much from that they can turn around, change themselves, and change the world. Imagine doing that. But it happens. And that gives our heart joy because we like that to happen. Where people say, oh, I could teach someone how not to be a drug addict, for example. Or I could teach that person how to follow their spiritual path. Or I could teach like Daniela's husband does. I can teach people how to do this beautiful art moving form that will help them revive their energy and change their life. Or with either one of you ladies who are saying, I'm going to open this door for people who are sitting somewhere in the world and they cannot do that because it's not in their culture to do that. Wow. Imagine how many minds you are opening, how many hearts you are opening. worth it, yes?
Always.
We think so too. And your path is going to be big. And you, Miss Daniela, have a life ahead of you you are not expecting.
Thanks.
We like to
Buckle
throw,
up, Daniela.
we like to throw out the trailers, the teasers for the movie yet to come. We like to do that.
Thank you, Siddhartha. There's a question from Jackie. I hope I've been saying everybody's names correctly too. The question is, I have a temper and a bad attitude that comes so quickly, and I immediately feel bad afterwards. As spiritual and loving as I want to be, I feel this holds me back, and I don't know where it comes from.
We will tell you because it's an important question, this one. You are surrounded by, we call them creatures, but darker entities, not beings, but entities that are influencing your personality, and you should be cleared for that. Anyone with this sudden temper, it's like you are two people. You understand? It's not you. And you stand back and you watch that happen and go, what is wrong with me? It's not you. It may be, there are two reasons for anger. One is that you've been conditioned that way. It's your fallback response for things that are bad. But it is also sometimes because somewhere, sometime you've gone or what's that word? Garnered. That's a terrible word to say. You have garnered that unexpected, darker thing that would like to take you. And a lot of reasons that happen is you are light, or they would not want to. You are a loving, gentle, beautiful being, but you have to repel what is tormenting you in order to get to that point you want to be. And again, call in your angels, or your call in Ganesha, call in anyone, call us, and we will come help you. We don't mind doing that. But you need to have all your chakra cleared, and there's other people like your Mr. Porter who can do that kind of thing. We think Daniela can do it too, and Bella, they just don't know it yet, but they can do it. And we think that it's possible to relieve yourself of these things. And it doesn't have to be hands-on. It can be at distance. It can be any way that it works, but it has to be a reputable person to help you do that. But you want to stop it right away, because sometimes when a thing will latch on like that, it's very hard to get rid of the longer it lasts. But we think that is what is going on with you. We feel like, yes, okay, Chinese doctor says he will take it. Just a minute. You're going to feel, yes, you're going to feel where he sort of circles around you like this. He likes to do it. So 1, 2, 3. You should feel, Jackie, up and down your backbone, okay? You should feel that clearing out, because you may still want to get a balancing so that your energetics are balanced. And when the urge comes on to be angry, ask yourself, why am I angry? Ask that question before you open your mouth. Am I angry because I legitimately have a good reason? Because anger can save your life. When you're in danger, that's what anger is for. Fear also can save your life, but you don't want to live in those two emotional states. So why am I angry? Is this something I've got internally that is not agreeing with me? Is it something that is attached to me that I don't understand? So there are a number of reasons that people get very angry very fast. Or do I have an unresolved issue I need to clear? All work really is internal, even what is external. We hope that helped you.
Thank you.
Thank you for that validation.
Yes. You knew it too, did you not?
I knew. As soon as that question came out, I knew.
Because you also have the ability to clear things like that. That is why your hands are hot.
They're burning right now. They're sweating like crazy.
We are knowing that. That's why we said, because your hands are so hot. It's so funny to us. We say something and people go, yes, we know that. That is why we are speaking it. But it's amusing to us nonetheless.
It's not just my hands, even my feet. It's amazing.
Because they all have opened. Everything. When we sent the energy, everything opened. And of course, you know, the chakras at the bottom of your feet, and you do have them there, are connecting you to Earth. And Earth likes
Wow.
to be a little hot. You know, Gaia is very funny about her connections with human beings.
Thank
But
you.
that's what it is. You're pulling from here, and it's going all the way through, which is perfect.
I got
Other
very
people
emotional
are
hearing you give that advice. Thank you.
because it's true. It's true. And there are other people listening who are saying, "Oh, is that what's going on with that?" Because they're feeling a little weird about it. What's going on? That's what it is. No fear. Don't have fear. It's you. It is you. Not issue. It is you that came out kind of wrong. Our English is sometimes interesting.
Siddhartha, this is a question from Andrew. Andrew asks, how soon can I detox from the harms of this world and come to the truth again and remain in harmony?
Well, first of all, we are not sure what he means by detox. Does he mean physically do that? Does he mean energetically do that?
Andrew, can you clarify in the comments, please?
Are you having fun doing this? We like it.
Andrew says energetic.
Energetically.
Yeah.
All right. So what we said to you, Andrew, is what we said to the previous person with Jackie, we think. And what we said to you, Andrew, is there are a lot of ways to keep clear. You can take a bath in Himalayan salt. You can take, you can sit in a very meditative pose and pull light in from source. Call source. The source energies. You can call source whatever you want. We don't care. You can call it God. You can call it Great Spirit. You could call it the universe. You can call it energetics. You can call it whatever. We don't care. But pull the light down through the top of your head. See it in your mind. We're going to do this with everyone right now. So see the light coming down through the top of your head, your crown chakra, and pull it all the way through every chakra, sort of very slow. Don't go fast. And have them clear with this light. And depending on how you are laying or sitting, allow it to go all the way down and out your feet to Earth. Earth, Mother Gaia, Mother Earth, is willing to help you stay grounded on her body, okay? And so you do that by allowing your feet to touch Earth, or if it goes straight, if you're sitting cross-legged as we are, can go straight down your backbone into Earth. That's fine too. You do not have to, if you are laying down, can come from the whole spine, whole backbone, and out the feet too. So just pull it all the way in. See the light is a beautiful golden light with a little white, beautiful pure white, and then any other color that works for you. Just pull it all the way down through the physical body, all the way down. There we go. We felt some people open when they did it. And then also we will clear the shoulders here. Just clear them with your hands. You carry your burden on your shoulders. It's true. You hear that expression, oh, it's all, I'm carrying all this on my shoulder. You are literally, energetically doing that. So clear them. Make sure your throat is clear. When you speak truth, this opens. When you have intuition, this opens. When you have this, you are connected to what is other, what is divine, what is beautiful. And feel it go all the way down your spine and clear your heart. And then your solar plexus. People think the heart carries all your emotions. It's not true. The solar plexus is actually the thing that allows people to have their more harsh emotions. In other words, your fear, your anger, your upset, your delusion, your whatever your issue is in your solar plexus, not in your heart. Your heart may carry pain or suffering or compulsive or anxiety or whatever. but clear both the heart and the solar plexus as if they are carrying emotion, because they do. And then imagine a golden sun in the solar plexus gets so big. Imagine bigger, bigger, and the energies go up, and then the energies go down, and you will feel, and anytime you feel like you're off, just see this beautiful, we like to call it a Mayan sun because they're very big. So imagine a beautiful Mayan sun gets so big in your solar plexus. It will clear the energies out. And then if you have any kind of problem with your back, suppose you broke your back, or suppose you got surgery or something like that from your back, that sometimes will cause a problem with the energies going all the way through. So you have to just tell your chakras and your backbone, look, open. Don't worry if I've got a metal bar in there. Don't worry if there's something going on with it. We'll just clear that too, and out it goes. And you want to then go to your sacral chakra. Sacral, people say, oh, that's your sacral chakra. It's not really. It is about creativity, but it is also about being able to reach other types of beings that you want to talk to. You can reach them from sacral, is called, because sacred, but it's also connected to the bottom part of the backbone in a certain respect. And so you want that open because it will help you become more loving, caring, and what you are. And then all the way down to your root. And the root will open, and it is a beautiful color, that root. And it will go down into the earth. And what goes through your feet chakra, your feet, right? 2 feet, right? What comes out of the feet chakra also will take you to the earth. And then in the meantime, you will straighten your shoulders. The energy will go down into your elbow and out of your hands. And you can reach and tap into universal energy that way too. If you want to ground yourself, put your palms to earth, and that will ground you. But this is a good way to relieve instant toxicity. Now, to continue to not have it once you are clear, we like Star Trek. We watch it with our vessels sometimes. We love Star Trek. So when you're in an Enterprise, right, shields up. We love that. The minute you think shields up, you're protecting yourself from the energies outside. And someone can send you a thought. Someone can be stuck in a loop or something energetically that you cannot see and you walk through. Things like that will create a ripple in your energetic field, and you don't want that. So shields up, okay? Pretend you are Enterprise. And Captain Kirk is telling you.
I had a message from my soul guide 2 days ago when I went to speak with Christine in the event, and she said the exact same words to me. Make sure you put your shields up. Just say the words, shields up, is what she said.
She is right.
And wow.
That's what we are saying. Do you ever watch Star Trek?
Yes, big fan of it. I'm a big Trekkie.
And when you're on the bridge and the captain goes, danger, shields up. What happens? Nothing can get in the shield, right?
Yes.
And so we love shields up. We think that works so well and it's a visual, and people who like Star Trek and even people who don't can get that. So we like it. And you can keep shields up as much as you want to. It's very good to do that in very crowded places and so forth and so on. It's exciting, isn't it?
Thank you.
We will tell you one more thing. When you hear a message 2 or 3 times from different sources, guess what you're supposed to do? Listen.
Heed the message.
That's it. Just listen to the message and do what it says. Yes.
Thank you very much, Siddhartha.
Oh, don't worry. You got one more time of people telling you shields up. It'll happen. We are sure of it.
I am stubborn. I need to hear it multiple times, so thank you.
Well, that's why we usually send a message in more than one way. And it usually comes from 3 totally unknown persons to each other. And then by the 3rd time, you have to go, wait a minute. Now, this is not an accident by any means. It's got to be real. So, of course, it is.
I'm in awe. Thank you.
Oh, we like awe. It's very good. We discovered 2 new words, ooh and ah. Our students taught us, ooh, ah. Yeah, we like that. It's very exciting.
Yes.
So Siddhartha, there's a question from Corey. Can I ask a question from Corey?
Yes, you can do that.
All right. Corey's asking, I'm on the verge of losing my home no matter what I do. Things seem to be against me. Am I meant to let it go or be patient?
We cannot tell you what to do. We can tell you patience is always a very good thing. In human beings, that is your biggest number one lesson. How do I be patient? Right? However, I would, if I were you, just suggesting this here, okay? As Siddhartha, I will say that there is something about where you live that does not agree with you. Now, whether it is something stuck in the energy of that place, whether it is a blockage or a portal or something's open or something's shut, we would like to send Chinese doctor to you to clear your house. If you don't mind, you can do that. Yes, he's laughing at us because we know that he likes to work and we keep sending him places. So it's very good for him. But he will come and from the center of your home, he will do this strange little tornado thing. It gets big as your house, gets bigger than your house. And it should clear out everything that does not belong there, that does not agree with you. Now, choose a time and he will come so that you are aware of when he is there. And it doesn't matter what time zone you are. Just say, Chinese doctor, could you please come here tonight at, say, 7 o'clock or whatever. You can make whatever time. But then sit down in your home, in your house, and just feel. Just feel. And ask him to come, and you'll start to feel the energies shift. And don't in your head say, I really don't feel that. If you say that, you know what happens? You won't feel it. But we want you to. So also light a little bit of incense or Palo Santo or sage or something like that. And if you have a candle, you might see the candle do funny things like jump like that. When he's there, the energies go up, you see. So he will come and he will clear the house. And once that's all done, and we don't know how long that will take, might take about, he thinks maybe an hour-ish. You have an interesting place, apparently. And it may not be the place where the house is, or the house or the building. It may actually be the earth. So he'll clear it all. And once that's done, you should feel a difference in where you live. And then decide, what should I do? Should I just go on and find a better place? Because we think there is one better place that is more. You have an emotional attachment to this place, to this building, to this place. We want to call it a house. But you have this connection to it. But we think that sometimes you outgrow the thing that you are used to. And it's very hard for human beings to let that go. And to say, yes, time to move to a new house. Yes, time to move to a different location. You need to do what works for you, what is comfortable, what is good. And sometimes being in the same place is not that. So we need you to, in your heart, look at your options. Look at the practicality. What does this keep telling you? Does this mean I should move or not? We think you maybe should. But you will know once the building is cleared, you will know what to do. You will know it in your heart. Don't ignore it, because it will be easier if you allow things to take place as they are supposed to. Now, we know that is a hard answer for someone who is attached to a certain space, but sometimes you look back in your life and you'll say, I'm certainly glad I did that at that moment in time. Now, sometimes people don't feel that way, but we are saying very often you outgrow what you are familiar with, whatever that might be. Can be relationship, can be car, can be house, can be thing. But sometimes you outgrow that thing and you need to gift it. You need to bless it. You need to thank it for being your teacher. And you need to let go of it, because that is, in a way, a freedom that you can only get yourself. That was a huge answer, was it not?
Thank you. Thank you. We can feel how everything you're answering for one is for all of us too. So
You're correct.
thank you. Thank you. There's a question from Patrick. Patrick says, even though I've never followed him, I used to have many dreams that Guru Sai Baba was visiting me. And in one dream, he told me some guy called Mahavatar Babaji wants to talk to me. So my question is, was I really being visited by Sai Baba? And is this
Yes.
guy, the Babaji, real?
Yes. But we will tell you an interesting thing. They call us Buddha a lot of time. Buddha is title. It means to be enlightened. That's it. And in Indian culture, Baba is your teacher.
Mm.
And they're also, all the Babas are called Babaji. Sai Baba was Babaji. And yes, he did visit you. And you know, Sai Baba, we almost called him Babaji. But Sai Baba, in his death, was accused of all kinds of things that were not true. Human beings have a very difficult time with truth, and they have trouble understanding phenomenal things. Sai Baba could reach into the others and pull out what we call Vesputi. It's sort of an ash, but it smells a lot like the ash from incense. But he would reach into the others and manifest that. And people would say, oh, it's a trick, it's this or that. He was not. And nor were the actions that others said he would take were after his death, mind you, not before, but after, were not true. And there was no one here to defend him. But we will tell you that he was a very interesting being. And he did try to, as a human being, you can only live as well as you can do. And that's what he did. And he did help a lot of people. You understand? He did. He really did. So what you are having are visitations. And we want to say to all of you, you think it's a dream. You think your flying is a dream. Oh, there's dreams of flying. You are leaving your body. And you are going to where you are thinking. Now we project it as flying because people don't think they can just think it and get there. So we will spill the beans on our vessel and tell you a very funny thing. When she was first learning to go out, she would sort of hop to, when she was young, that's what she would do. But as she got older, she would thought, oh, I had to fly to visit someone. So she would, and then one day she's very terrified of very high places. So she was way up above the earth. She looked down and she was, oh, and it frightened her so much. Back in the body she went. And it was too funny because she realized I can't die when I'm out of my body flying because I'm not physical. Now the funny part is she did realize suddenly she could just think and be there and not have to fly anywhere at all. So if you have like a fear of being too high, too heights, right? Don't do that. Just think, I want to be at Aunt May's house and let's go there. Or I want to be at the top of the space shuttle, whatever. You can be anywhere you want. You just have to think of it. You don't have to fly there. So that's a hint. But in your dream, you are on astral plane that probably was created by Sai Baba, which is teacher, and Babaji, that means teacher. We have students who call us Babaji sometimes. It's just a title, but yes, they exist. We just say, choose wisely who you listen to, and ask for proof. You are not powerless. None of you are powerless. You all have the right, no matter if it's a person in physical form or a non-physical being, you have the right to say to them, prove it. Prove who you are. Tell me who you are, what your agenda is. I need to know exactly what you are, and you have to tell me the truth. And they do. That is a rule, a universal law, if you want to call it that.
Thank
Your
you.
experience was very real, just so you know.
Thank you.
Very powerful validation for him, I'm sure.
We will back up a question from beginning and say to the person who was trying to reach Mother, create an astral plane. This is what a guru would do, a teacher would do. Create a plane, an astral plane with your thought. That's all it takes. It takes a thought, nothing more than that. Allow that to be where you visit on your astral journey or your out-of-body journey, if you want to call it that. And then allow or ask for the person you want to talk to. Can be your mother or father, but it can also be your archangel or whatever, your guide, and you will get to meet them. It can be Ganesha, it can be us. Does not matter. But just go, make that your place to visit people and beings like that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Yeah.
Um,
Siddhartha,
I
shall we
wanted
go?
to ask, I was
Go
saying,
ahead.
do you mind if I ask a question?
Go ahead.
This one comes from Gail. My husband and I are estranged from one of our children. This breaks our heart. He is very angry. His life has not been easy and he has suffered emotionally. I am afraid for him. We haven't spoken in over a year. I partially blame myself and this pain is blocking me. My passion is to learn about natural healing with herbs, and I feel that all healing includes spirit. Am I on the right path? How can I
Yeah.
learn to do this if I cannot even figure out how to heal my relationship with my own child?
Well, first of all, there is always karma from that, from another time and place. But as we've told many parents, you have to let that child, no matter what age they are, travel and learn their own path. They are burning their own karma or death or learning their own lesson in their life as they are supposed to. This is not your fault. Now, is that the end of it? Can you do more? Of course you can do. What you do is you sit very kindly, you imagine that person in your head. Now you're all going to see persons in your heads that you need to have some kind of healing with. So think of that. And then you're going to feel your third eye tingle or open or burn or something. You'll feel pressure there maybe. And from the third eye, envision your human friend or child, see them clear, ask for permission, of course you must do. Say, please, may I please send you some love, and ask for their higher approval, and you'll feel yes or no. And then just send them love. Send them love from your heart, and also send them the thought that please let us get well together. Please let us heal what is wrong between us. Now we feel that in this person's case, the child involved may have certain other extraneous issues. Now we don't want to speak them, but they may be an addiction of some kind. And if that is the case, that child has to overcome their addiction. But you can protect them by sending them light. That's all you have to do. Send them golden, beautiful light. Send them pink light is for love, purple for enlightenment, the different lights, the different colors. But the gold light is the supreme light that you want to send, and white is the purity to send it with. And send it all the time, send it every day, send it every prayer, send it every meditation, every thought. And yes, Ayurvedic herbs are very good for healing too. And in fact, we think the child involved in this has some kind of biochemical issue. Some people would say bipolar or whatever. We don't know precise. We just know that the physical body of that person is out of balance and needs to be corrected in some way before they can get straight. It is very painful for parents to have to step back and say, I don't know what else I can do. Sometimes to help someone is very detrimental. Sometimes they have to find their own way. But just know that you can still help them by sending them love. It's very simple. People don't get it. Send them compassion. I may not appreciate what you do. I don't like what you do, but I understand that you have to have that experience, so I will allow you to have that. The outcomes are not always good. We know that. But the more love you send, the easier it gets for you and for them. And you can ask forgiveness for yourself for whatever you may have done. And you can ask for forgiveness from them for whatever they may have done, and also for whatever they think you have done. Now, why do you do that, and why do you have gratitude for that? It's because it raises your vibration. Nobody ever explains that part. When you raise your vibration, you move yourself into a new energetic space. And that energetic space can take you to places you cannot at this moment imagine. Now, that was a huge answer for a small question, or it was a big question, but it really affects a lot of people, so we are very happy to answer it that way. Don't think negatively. You have to keep your mind on the goal, which is to serve other people as best you can. And in doing that, you also serve yourself. People forget that part. You have a very profound lot of questions.
Yes.
There's so
We've
many.
been needing guidance for a long time.
Yeah.
Very grateful.
We may maybe suggest something, and you can say no. We don't have a problem with it. But because they're asking so many questions, and we feel them, we do, we get it. We don't know how much time has gone by. Can you tell us that?
We have as much time as you need. There's no rush.
We are thinking about our vessel, so we don't want to wear her out. So
Well, you are always welcome to come back another time. That would be wonderful. If you want to do the 10 minutes of healing now, and we can say goodbye to Angelica and for another time.
Can you tell us how long it has been that we have been talking to you?
It's been about 40 minutes, I believe.
All right,
Maybe,
okay.
maybe a little longer, actually.
A little longer. And just to remind Siddhartha, you'll be coming into the Mighty Network membership monthly to have smaller Q&A with friends. So this so this is a wonderful first meeting with more to come. Yes. And so I think this is a great time to go into the healing there. And there's a question I think that could lead us in from the chat, which is how can we all work with Chinese doctor? And maybe that will weave into this last 10-minute healing.
We are very amused by that. You can talk to him now. You can talk to us too. We are not with you. We are with you. You have probably noticed that the energetics where you are has gone up. Maybe your room has gotten warmer. Maybe you feel tingly all over. We don't know how that is working because people get that information differently depending on their physical body. But yes, and their energetic body. I'm being reminded of that. So Chinese doctor loves to work. He likes to work 24/7. Chinese doctor is an old master who is, again, not Chinese nor a doctor, but Japanese and an energy shitter. He doesn't actually speak English at all or any other language except for Japanese, which we do not speak. But he will send the information to you as an emotional sort of wave that you just go, oh, that's what I need to do. You'll get it that way. That's how he communicates. So we will tell you that because he loves to work so much, he has, as an old pastor, to be able to create many more of himself to be with everyone who needs him. He's very good at that. And he also has a brother whose name is Dao, and Dao is quite a nice looking being, and he's very good at helping get rid of things that aren't very pleasant. He's good at that, so you can call Dao if you want to. And then Sakura, he comes with Chinese doctor, and he kind of clears up after him. We don't like to leave random energies places. So if he's doing something for healing or whatever, Sakura will come and just sort of swoosh it away because he doesn't want it in the energy in your house or whatever. So we'll tell you that. Now we want each and every one of you to think about, yes, Chinese doctor said he will make an appearance for all of you because he wants you to know he's real. And don't be surprised. You may feel touching. They do that. It's not a big deal. Don't let it frighten you. It's nothing scary. You are under our protection. There's nothing going to happen that is bad. It is all going to be beautiful for you. So, are you ready?
Yes.
All right. And we will be delighted to come back whenever you would like to have us to.
Thank you very much.
You are very welcome. The interesting part to us is the energetics that we are feeling from all of you is quite intense, and it's quite beautiful to us. So now in your minds, open your mind. Don't think thought. Try to keep your mind not talking to itself. Look for image. You may get image. You may get color. You may get light. Whatever you get, accept it because it is a gift from us. Now we will start. We want you to breathe in beautiful golden light and pull it all the way down. Very slow, don't breathe fast. Stop at your solar plexus. Hold it for a few seconds. See things that no longer serve you and breathe that out. The same speed you breathe in. We'll do this 3 times. So again, breathe in, beautiful golden light, and pull it all the way down. Hold it. Think of what does not serve you. It can be a relationship. It can be anything. It can be an emotion. It can be anything. Now, when you breathe out, the beautiful golden light will not be golden anymore. It will be color. Because you are releasing that toxicity from your system. Now, the third time, we'll do it one more time. Breathe in, beautiful golden light, and pull it all the way down and hold it. See your life changing in the way you want it to, and anything that does not serve you, breathe it out. Good. We'll clear that. Very good. Now, feel the energy as it rolls up and down your body, through your spine and into your light. Feel your connection to the universe, to good, to whatever you believe is more. Understand that you are what you are, but you can always be more than what you think. Allow yourself to be what is more. Allow yourself to become your greatest potential. It's so beautiful when you do that. You are all very magnificent beings. Now we say to you, the words you heard when you were small and even as adults, you are no good, you are bad, you do this, you do that. Forget it. Those are not your words. Let them go right now. We are telling you the truth when we tell you you are beautiful, that you are compassionate, that you are kind, or you would not be here talking to us. And we tell you that you are supposed to be in the world. Many of you have thoughts that you don't belong here and you should leave. That is not true. You would not be here. You are not an accident. You are here because you are empowered to do something great for yourself and for others too. Now live in that energy for a moment and feel the truth of it. Empower yourself with your own energetics and with that of the energetics of what we call divine, high frequency. Now take your time. Live in this for a moment. Feel us wherever you are. Get the information you need. Don't think you are not hearing or seeing or feeling what you need. If it does not seem like positive, send it away because it is not from us. Whatever you have done in your life, let it go. Whatever is coming will be beautiful and great. Follow your truth. Speak it. Live it. Know it. Acknowledge it. You are all the masters in your life. You're all the lives you've lived before. And you're more than all of that. See your light expand out into the universe. And know that it is part of you too. Yes. That's right. Don't think you cannot be healed. Don't think that. The minute you think that, it cannot happen. You must believe you can be healed. You must. And you must be open to it. And you must see it as truth, not as belief. all that is, all that should be, all that is potential can all become truth and reality for you. Allow yourself to do that, to be there. That's right. Feel the arc of gold light around you. Feel it come through your skin, into your muscles, into your ligaments, into your organs, into your joints, into your bones, into your back, into your neck, your shoulders, into your elbows, into your palms, your hands, down your spine, into your hip girdle, down into your knees, your thigh bone, your shin, your ankle, and your foot. Now into your circulatory system, your blood, your lungs, your heart, your liver, your kidneys, all of your lower intestines and other organs there are going to be healed. Allow this divine light to go into your cells. Every cell of your body can become new again. And from your cells into your DNA. And allow the transformation to be perfect. To help you, to heal you, to make you whole again. And now go down further than even in your physical form. Go to your spirit. And ask it to heal itself and be what it needs to be. What it wants to be. What it can be. And thank it for being with you in this and other lifetime, both past, present, and future too. And feel your light grow and grow. If there is anyone you want to send energy to, think of their name, think of their place, see their image in your head. It can be yourself even if you need it. But think of them for just a minute or two. Yes, we know it's hard to believe. Just trust. It's okay. It's not to be frightened of. That's right. Now we want to say a blessing for all of you. First, we want you to pull yourself in a little bit. Come back down out of the stars. Back into your body. Don't rush. Don't be fast. Take your time. Allow yourself to be comfortable again in your physical form. Feel yourself surrounded by light that will protect you. That will take care of you. That will help you. Take your time. Yes. So our blessing for each and every one of you is to say that you have honored us by hearing our words. You have honored us by being with us in thought and energy. You have honored us by attending this beautiful event, if you want to call it that. we will tell you that your lives can change. Allow it to happen. Don't fear it. There is nothing to fear. Be patient. Very hard for people to do, but try. Now we're going to say this to every one of you. We want you to wish for you whatever you wish for yourself. So think of that. Think of that wish and send it out into the universe. And we see the divine in each and every one of you that we see in ourselves too. Our mantra, Om Mani Padme Hum, it means we honor the jewel in the lotus. We honor each and every one of you and your soul and your light. And in you we also see ourselves, and we thank you for that. And in us you can see yourself as well. So we wish for you. We bless you, we keep you, we love you. We understand your pain and your suffering. And we hope that this has helped to heal you, even just a small bit. Trust it. Trust yourself. And we thank you for being who you are and for being the more that you will become. When you're ready, and only when you are ready, breathe in and allow yourself back into your form. And when you are in, speak so we know that you can talk to us.
Thank you.
We think that
Thank
was
you very much.
remarkably, we think it was remarkably good energies. These people that are watching, you have very good energy.
We are one big soul family, aren't we, guys?
And it's intention too. There is no ego here. It's all about a good intention. It's very good. We like it.
Yes.
So we thank you for that. We think one of the best group we have talked to in terms of the energetics of it. Yes.
Everyone here is so caring and so is such a champion for the goodness of humanity to prevail. Like that's really what this community is. This is a community about unity and integrity and empowerment, and cares so deeply for the freedom of all sentient beings and of all life. Everyone here cares so much about freedom.
We want to say to you that this type of energy is what can heal the earth, heal the prejudice, heal the hate and the anger and all of the crazy things that appear to be winning over earth. That has no power. This has the ability to change everything in your physical world, everything. So we thank you for that, because today you have contributed very mightily, because we can facilitate the dispersion, sort of good, that a good word, the
yes.
sending around of all of that goodness. And we thank you for that. And
Thank
it would
you.
be our
Thank you for
honor,
everything.
and it would be our honor and our pleasure to return and talk to you again anytime.
You're always welcome. Thank you so much, Siddhartha.
We
And
think
to
it's
your team as well.
We think it's dangerous to tell us that it's any time as you're good.
Not 3 a.m.
We might take too much advantage of that.
Normal business hours.
Yes, we like those too. That was most amusing. We agree. That's very funny to say it. But our jokes are getting better. We're pretty sure they are. A little bit.
Yes.
Tiny bit.
We appreciate the raise in vibration. Thank you.
Shall we tell you our one joke before we leave? Shall we tell you that?
Please.
We only
course.
know like two. There's one that we like. We like Cat. Usually Cat is back here behind us, but Cat did not come down today. So there was two dogs and one cat that uh, ascended because they had physically passed into transition. We put it that way. They had died as physical beings, but their energy, of course, lives on. And they go up to what is heaven, and God is sitting in a great big throne, right? And the dog is on one side, the cat is in the middle, the other dog is on the other side. And the God looked at the one dog and said, "You are such a good family pet. You protected your family from the robbers that came and the sickness and the this and the that. You have been the most extraordinary family protector ever. Please come sit on my right side." Yeah, dog gets up, goes sits on right side. He looks at the other dog and he said, "You were a police dog. You are amazing. You stopped people from getting hurt. You stopped bombs from going off and this and that and whatever. Drug dealers and all of it. You are quite a good professional dog. Please come sit on my other side." Dog will sit. He looks at the cat and he says, "What precisely did you do in your life?" The cat looks at him and says, "Excuse me, you're sitting in my chair." That's amusing, is it not? A little.
It is. It is. And
It's
it
terrible,
doesn't, it
but we like
certainly
it.
embodies our feline friends as well.
Well, they were gods in Egypt. They still think they are. That's all. But it
Yes,
amuses
they
us
haven't
because we
forgotten.
know that's right. They don't. But we have different experiences with people who have dogs and people who have cats. Cats are always like, "Yeah, okay, we can see you. We don't care." And dogs are always like, "You're an intruder. What are you doing here?" And we have to say, "No, no, no. We're fine. Go eat your dinner. It's good." So it amuses to us what happens when we visit people. Yes, it's good. So that is our one terrible joke that we are leaving you with today. And we only know like one, so it's okay. Thankfully, we won't have to tell you a second one.
Thank you very much. It has been a deepest pleasure to speak with you today.
Do you feel complete?
I I feel energetically souped up. I feel like I got supercharged.
Yes, we meant to tell you, be sure that you give yourself some time now to let this energy absorb into your being. You probably don't want to go run a marathon or anything like that, or clean your house. Some people want to do that. Don't do that. Read a
Okay.
book, drink some milk, or have a snack. Maybe not milk, but soup, something. Eat a little something, whatever you eat. That will help to ground you back into your body well. But try to allow the energetics to absorb right into your field because it will help you. And a lot of people either want to go wash their car, clean the house, run the marathon all in one day, or they want to go to bed. And that's okay too. You can do whichever works.
I will go have a nice salt bath. Thank you.
Very excellent option. We liked it.
Yes. Wonderful.
And our darling Daniela, we were telling you that we thank you and your husband so much for such opportunity to speak to such glorious human beings.
I'm so happy for you to connect with this incredible community. Like my heart is so happy for everyone. And we look forward to connecting with you monthly in the membership. And thank you. Thank you, Siddhartha. Thank you, Chinese doctor who's not Chinese nor a doctor. Thank you for Cherry Blossom who sweeps up behind. And thank you for Ganesha and everyone else that assists. And thank you for the reminder that we can connect with you literally anytime we wish.
That's correct. We thank you. You honor us today.
Thank you. We love you. Thank you so much.
You're very, very welcome. Namaste.
Namaste.
Alrighty. Oh, how
Wow.
you doing? Yeah.
He got
sometimes it's
everybody all crying and laughing and just elated in every way. I mean, we are just in a little bit in shock, I think.
he's good like that, and he's consistently like that. He can be extremely profound, and the energy here right now in my house is crazy high. I would say you got the very best of him because it is crazy high in here. Yeah.
Wow.
I can't take credit for him. All I do is get out of the way. That's my job. I get out of the way and I try to make as clean and pure a vessel as he could get to. And over time, of course, he's just gotten. And I'm thinking, how much further can this go? I don't know how much further it can go. I don't think he's finished, though. And I am absolutely always astounded and shocked and surprised and amazed that he is the way he is, and I love him. I do. I love him, and this has come over time. At first I was like, "Prove it. Tell me what's going on with you." Always. He's always like this, just like this. He's so sweet, and
you can see
very
he cares
separate.
for you very, very much. You can see.
He tries. He does try. So he does try, but I mean, this has been an experience of a lifetime. Why he chose me, I have no idea. But he chose me.
I think
and
you
maybe
chose
I
each
chose
other.
him.
This was a
Yeah,
choice on both ends, remember?
Yeah, I think probably before I even understood his beingness. But I tell you, I sit back in awe because I've seen him do crazy, remarkable things. And if people want to give feedback for that, that would be terrific. Because we love to know, because I don't know. I don't even know what he did. But we love to know that it's helping. That's what we love to know.
People have been in tears this whole hour that you were speaking, and it was,
Aww.
I mean, there are people that have had profound revelations through this. So thank you. I mean, you don't just get out of the way. You're holding space, you are spending your energy and to do this. And we are very, very deeply grateful.
Well, I have to tell you, I always feel better once he's gone than I did before I start. Always. I always feel better. And that's him coming in, leaving me some kind of resonance, some kind of energy, and fixing things that need to be physically fixed for me. So, I mean, I actually feel really good right at the moment. I do. I feel good. And sensible. I'm not floaty. Really that's good.
Laura, could you put the link in again?
I am doing it right now. I'm literally copying.
Thank you, Angelica. Siddhartha was so attentive to ask how long you had been holding the energy out of care.
I'm going to get a little egg timer. I'm going to order one right now so I can time when people go under for my podcast. Because, yeah, we should definitely know how long somebody has been under and channeling. Because, yeah, it is important to realize how much energy you're spending here.
Well, he's really conscientious about that. And it's funny because we have gone as long as 5 hours with people that didn't understand things. And that is too much for me. 3 hours sometimes is okay in like a personal session, especially if I've lined it up so I don't have anything the next day. But this time for an event like this is good. That'd be good.
Yeah. Yeah. Chen and Andy usually keep it to an hour, and I feel that's a great, great amount of time to get some questions answered.
It's hard to get him to stop after an hour. Just saying.
Yeah, I can see that.
It feels so rude. It feels wrong to cut him off.
Yes, you can't. And if he seems like he's okay, it's fine. Because
and honestly, it felt like we were only talking 20, 30 minutes, and then we were actually talking like an hour. It just went flying by.
That always happens. People lose time, and I lose time too. See, to me, it doesn't seem. It seems like 5 minutes,
I'll put in the comments the other interview we did where Siddhartha talked for another hour. If someone here would like to listen to it again later, just to let it wash through you. It's a really broad, general, beautiful conversation from Siddhartha. So I'll share that here in the comments also.
That's nice of you to do that. He would like that. He loves
Yeah.
this, it's what he does.
He
And
was answering questions that people didn't even ask. They were thinking
yeah, he
them,
does
but
that
they
all the
didn't
time.
even.
He does that all the time. That is normal for him. I always tell people, please don't ask me questions or don't ask him questions. You don't need to. All you need to do is think it. He's off. That's it. He's off and running. And he will go.
Wow.
If you have a lot of things in your head, sometimes people say, that was in the back of my head, but he kind of pulled it in the front and tied it all together, and I've had people say that to me. And so he will just go down the list. We had a lady at a webinar one time. She was she was one of the most abused people I ever met, and she was terrified to ask anything and he just went right down her list. She had a list of questions on a piece of paper. He just went right down the list and answered every one. And he said, this
Wow.
is for someone who's afraid to speak to us. And he just went down. And she said suddenly she realized he was answering all her questions, and she'd think another one and he'd answer that one too. I don't know how he does it. I don't know. It's crazy. And there's a lot of phenomenon that kind of goes with him. The way I knew this was real is I had a black cat named Rocky. That was my heart and soul. He had to touch me all the time. Some part of him had to be on me. And when I first started learning to do this, and I would do it in the house where I lived with Rocky, and other people, of course, were there, but I would go out. So I go out this way. He comes in this way. And as soon as I was going out, he left, and he was mad, and he was a very vocal cat, and he would talk, grump, 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 Where's my human being? Where's my person? That is not my person in there now. It's kind of like that. And as I was coming back in, he was coming back in. The cat was coming back in, and that's when I knew this was real, because you could not fool that cat. He knew. And I thought, this has to be real. He can tell this is going on. Because he was really funny about, I'm his person, and that's it. There should not be anybody else in there. So that's how I knew it was real. Your animals will talk to you and tell you things like that if you let them.
That is amazing.
Don't your dogs always come?
Oh, always. Jackson at one point.
She was cuddling. Yeah. She was cuddling.
As soon as we get, I enjoy working with Angelica and Siddhartha one-on-one in the healing modalities. And Jackson will come over as soon as you come on, and he just likes to just baby it.
He loves the energy.
He loves to belly up in your energy. Yeah. Wow. So we shared the link in the comments, Angelica, so friends here know if they'd like to connect with you one-on-one. Again, a session with Angelica one-on-one is really beautiful, and it's recorded. It's very personalized, and it's over 2 hours in length. So it's a good investment. And then we'll add on to the website for Angelica, if you want to just ask a question, you can make a contribution, and Siddhartha will send you an audio recording, and that'll get emailed back to you. So that we just have to get that part hooked up to the Calendly. So just hold tight for that. And then Angelica and Siddhartha will be back in Mighty Network membership when that launches next week.
Yay. That was a lovely experience. I enjoyed it, and I know he did too.
I feel tingled still. The energy is still slowly dispersing. Like you said, he told me I need to go and ground after this. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So
it's good to eat something, usually a protein, not necessarily a meat, but something that will pull you in and ground you is a good thing, Nuts,
wonderful.
Cheese, whatever you eat.
Dark chocolate. Sounds great.
There you go. That works for me. I'm right there with you. Good thing I don't have any now. I would be eating it probably. So I really appreciate the opportunity, and I'm so delighted to meet you. And
we just love you, Angelica. This was such a blessing for all of us. We are so just grateful and feeling the love vibes right now. And thank you so much.
Well, don't be surprised if this energetic sort of lasts either the whole day or into tomorrow. That's not uncommon. It's really not uncommon. And a lot of the time when we have private readings with people, we say, don't plan something after. Let yourself rest or whatever. Don't go to a business meeting. Don't just take the day off and do whatever makes you happy.
Oh, I don't have to be told that twice.
And if anyone is
Wonderful.
just joining us right now, some friends are coming in at the end. If you're just joining, you can watch the replay on YouTube or in the Facebook group when this is.
Yeah, you just refresh
loaded.
the video and it'll start over from the beginning in a minute.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
That's
Well,
really
thank
cool.
you so much, Angelica. We're going to have you back very soon. Thank you so much for everything. It really we're so grateful.
You are
Bye,
so
everyone.
welcome.
See you soon. Thank you.
Awesome.
Love you
See
all.
you guys. Mwah, love you guys. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Take care.